AI is shifting from generate a good answer to reason with structure, memory, and domain signals. That means better emotional support, stronger low-resource translation, and task-oriented dialogue systems that learn from messy, real-world media instead of hand-labeled crumbs. What ties these papers together is a simple but powerful idea. The model performs better when you give it explicit intermediate structure, whether that's skills, grammar traces, or conversational blueprints. Keep watching, because the interesting part is where these methods help and where they still fail. Let's explore the first paper, ESC Skills Discovering and Self-Evolving Skills for Emotional Support Conversations. ESC Skills, developed by Soochow University and Alibaba Cloud's Quendian Jin team, reframes emotional support conversation as an intervention-driven process rather than a pure response generation task. The paper introduces intervention units, or IUs, to model localized state, action, outcome dynamics from both successful and failed dialogues, then converts recurring patterns into an executable ESC skills bank with structured skill MD packages. Starting from ESCOM's 910 training conversations and failed ESCOM's 196 unsuccessful conversations, the authors extract 17,858 IUs, distill 258 skill prototypes, and build an initial bank of 27 skills, later refined to 34 skills through a multi-profile self-evolution loop using 500 RLVER seeker profiles and SAGE evaluation. On ESCOM and SAGE, the final bank improves all tested LLM backbones with Qwen 3.6, plus rising from 11.5 to 23.56 ACC on ESCOM, and from 66.4 to 72.1 average sentient score on SAGE, while successful dialogues increase from 13 to 31. The strongest baseline contrast is important. Static or one-pass skill generation yields marginal gains or can even hurt long horizon performance, but the generation verification refinement loop filters ineffective interventions and produces more robust, controllable, and interpretable support behavior. The work also reports GPT-5.4 based judge scores and human ratings that align with the automatic metrics, supporting the claim that explicit, editable emotional support skills are more reliable than implicit prompting for sustained counseling-style dialogue. Let's explore the second paper, Reasoning over Grammar. Can synthetic linguistic reasoning traces enhance low-resource machine translation? This paper asks whether synthetic linguistic reasoning traces can improve low-resource machine translation, and it tests that idea on Sibei and Qintang using instruction-tuned Qwen 3 and Gemma 4 models. The authors build an automatic pipeline that converts universal dependencies, tree banks, dictionaries, and modular grammar rule banks into step-by-step traces that explain lexical choice, morphosyntactic analysis, and phrasal composition, then evaluate them in context learning, supervised fine-tuning, and reinforcement fine-tuning. The key finding is that reasoning traces are most effective as inference time guidance. In ICL, they substantially improve translation quality across most models and metrics, with especially large gains on Qintang, including up to 5.57 BLEU, 11.89 CHRF, 19.74 SBERT, and 23.42 LLMAJ. For Gemma, 4E 4B IT, and up to 19.74 SBERT, and 23.42 LLMAJ for Qwen 3 4B. Thinking, by contrast, using the same traces as training supervision is less reliable. SFT tends to produce the right output format, but often still learns incorrect reasoning content, and RFT adds no clear gains over SFT. Overall, the work shows that LLMs can use grammatical information effectively when given reliable sentence-specific analyses, but learning to generate those analyses remains the main bottleneck. Let's explore the third paper, Stream, a data-centric framework for mining high-value task-oriented dialogues from streaming media. Stream, from Harbin Institute of Technology and Byring Technology, tackles the scarcity of high-value task-oriented dialogue data by mining public streaming media and converting noisy interaction signals into structured supervision through 4 phases: streaming signal ingestion, adaptive persona synthesis, conversational blueprinting, and RAG-enhanced interactive dialogue generation. The released StreamDial dataset spans 87,498 dialogue sessions and 1,497,320 turns across automotive, restaurant, and hotel. With each session stored as a quadruplet is less than PU, PA, B, H is greater than that encodes user persona, agent persona, a conversational blueprint, and dialogue history. In intrinsic evaluation, StreamDial raises overall quality from 6.32 to 8.98 under Qwen 3. Max from 5.89 to 7.81 under GPT-5, 2, and from 6.91 to 8.82 under Gemini 3 Pro, with the largest gains in informativeness, diversity, and flexibility. Under a controlled 2000 dialogue DST budget, the hybrid setting improves Qwen 3, 8B on the public test set to 96.72 JGA and 99.41 slot value F1, and on cross-lingual XRizawas it reaches 87.63, 96.86 inches English, 81.06, 94.45 inches French, and 85.61, 96.03 inches Korean. The construction pipeline also reports ASR word error rates of 3.5% to 10.5% and uses a 4.1M entry automotive lexicon, plus 43K address entries to normalize domain-specific entities. That's a wrap on today's AI paper highlights. Thanks for watching.